All right, you are welcome back to the Act 2 analysis of the play Death and the King's Horseman. In this Act 2, it picks up in the bungalow of the district officer, Simon Pickens, and his wife, Jane. They are tangoing, that is, both of them, they are happy and dancing the tango full step and wearing costumes in preparation for some big party that night. Amusa, who is described as a native administration policeman, comes in to tell Simon something, but he gets too freaked out by Simon and Jane's get-ups to come out with it right away. It seems that they are wearing costumes confiscated from local Egungun men who used them for a masquerade representing the reincarnated spirits of their ancestors. Despite the fact that Amusa has converted to Islam, he still seems to retreat or treat the costumes and customs around them, that is, with respect. He gives regard to the custom and tradition of the land, and is nervous that Simon and Jane, they don't know what is about the costume that they wanted to put on. Because Amusa is too freaked out to tell Simon what he came to tell him. So Simon tells him to write it down on a pad of paper. Then he and Jane leave. When Simon comes out, that is when he comes back to see what Amusa came to tell him, he calls Jane back, that is calling her in and read the note to her. Although he initially gets the praise of the precise details of a little funky because of the way Amusa phrased things, Simon gets the gist. Some kind of death is going to occur that night. At first, he thinks it means that a murder, and since this kind of thing is illegal under the English administration there, that is, they don't welcome such a thing. The culture that when somebody dies, another person must follow. And he figures Amusa thought they should know. That is why he came around to tell them. They called their servant, Joseph, in to ask him what he knows about all this, that is the tradition of the land. He has the lowdown and clarifies that the event actually involves a local chief sacrificing himself. That is, the person is going to sacrifice himself. We have it differently in different culture. If it's the old Oyo Empire, the person will ask to take something, a kind of substance, which will eventually take his life. That is one, depending on the tradition of every land. Simon is bummed by the news, and in particular, the info, that is the information regarding which chief is involved. It seems that he and Election have history. They clashed when Simon helped get Election's son into medical school in England. Joseph asks to leave, but they soon have him back to answer questions about the drumming they are hearing in the background. Joseph is finding it hard to interpret the music though, since it kind of sounds like a wedding drums and the kind of drums you'd use to herald the death of a chief. While they are talking, Simon offends Joseph by being sacrilegious, and Jane is concerned that their servant is now going to quit. Simon ends up apologizing. Anyway, back to the rumors of ritual death happening that night. To deal with the issue, Simon sends a note back to Amusa via Joseph. That is, he sends Joseph to give the note back to Amusa. Although Jane had kind of given up on going to their own masquerade that night, Simon tells her to get her costume back on, explaining that he has instructed Amusa to arrest the chief and lock him up to prevent the ritual from going off. Also, Simon reveals that he has so supercharged about the ball, that is the party, because the prince is in town and attending. So the presence of the prince now from England is going to interrupt the spiritual sacrifice that they wanted to do in that particular event. So this is about the Act 2 of the play. Look forward to Act 3 of the play. Thank you.